Hello, this is a special clip for me. It is reviewing uh, processor architecture, mostly the Tremont architecture or the faster atoms, which would be in basically Gracemont or efficiency cores, how Intel names them now. And this is a core which is a bit smaller than the efficiency core, and you can find it in what is branded a Pentium laptop, like in this HP and this long name. And let's understand the laptop first of all. So the laptop, it's quite astounding for the cost. I think you can't go wrong if you know what you're getting into. And what I mean is that first of all, it is packed already with 8 gigabytes of memory, but it's very hard to service it. So if you think that 256 gigs, for example, of disk is not enough, probably you should think to use an external disk to get extra data or a NAS or something like that, because this is kind of all you'll get and it's very hard to service it. And I'm not just complaining, but really I was trying to open it to try to add more RAM, and here a plastic around here, it's all snapped out because how hard it is to unplug it and how flimsy it is in some parts. This being said, it is well built, the keyboard is fine for the cost and so on. The screen is a bit dark for my taste, but this is a bit unfair because I'm used with not 250 nits like this screen, but my main laptop is 350 and the 4K screen attached is 450 nits. The other part, which N6000 processor, supports integrated graphics, XC graphics. It supports 4K video like on YouTube, and I can say at least for now, even with single channel module, because I can't upgrade, it works fine. The other part which would work also fine is that it's compatible enough to start quite many games. The processor might not have all the instructions necessary, but just to start and play with 2 frames per second and games, you can do it. The laptop in particular has also a very aggravating badly thing. It's basically it has a lot of crap installed. Here it's not shown, but really it has a lot of installed crap. Please remove everything KHP in the future, or if you don't, please user, if you see the crap there, uninstall it. And after you uninstall it, at least in this particular laptop I had, it was not updated for a long time. So the first day you'll just download updates and wait, applying updates, wait. It is important also to install I think it's a BIOS update or firmware, because there was a very ugly bug in particular. And this particular bug was related with the processor not jumping out of the 400 megahertz, the base frequency. But in reality, most of the times it will work with a higher frequency. So right now it's 800, like you see it now, because it was used for a long time with a high GPU and CPU usage. So I will talk more about the frequencies, but one part where I should say, if you want to look on the architecture, there is a site which goes into a lot of details, even about the branch prediction and how good it is. And believe me, that this Tremont CPU, it is very good if you discard the frequency, which is not amazing. And all in all, it feels like fast enough to do a lot of things. So I will close this one. I'll put this link in the description. So let's talk about the processor in particular. So the most important part about the processor, you see it can go even very low frequency. This is because it's heating up, and that's fine. And you'll notice that for long running tasks, this is even Cinebench, which is around 1 minute at most workload. it would you will see if it started cold or warm. I got a speed up of 13%, but for very short tasks it has a high turbo. You can reach even 3 gigahertz, and I've seen it quite often. But if you don't, you will see it getting slower and slower, and this is also why the games are very slow on it. Like you can run games, but it would run them at 10 frames per second, something like that, which is it will be fine, but be aware. It will be good if you develop a game to test it, but that it starts a special feature, but not good enough to run games basically. So the processor, as I show with Cinebench, it's quite good. With OpenGL, as I said, it was better than I expected, so I had an older running. It will run at least twice as fast. It is almost 2.5 times as fast than integrated Intel graphics, the 4000, which were before the graphics Intel used, and it's even faster than 620, and that was a dedicated low-end video card in laptops. So, and it is a half of 650M, so it's not great, not terrible, like that is the saying. So in general, uh, yes, okay, so in general it is working really well. It is also working well with a lot of old software, and I was also trying, as I'm a developer myself, to run Java, to try how big projects I can run, and you can run reasonably well a medium-sized project. As I was saying, the frequency goes as low as 0.4, and if you put updates it will go to up to 3 gigahertz, but for burst tasks. And all in all, you can do everything related with Office and stuff. One complaint I would have for Intel in the future, if they would make a next Atom CPU, as today you will expect always to have at least 8 gigabytes of memory, which this laptops kind of provides, to have also kind of by default an 8 core Atom, at least on the high end. And even, I know you may not name it Pentium, these processors should be decent, I would say, at least for people who are not knowing what they are getting into. So, and I understand that these 8 cores would occupy as much space as 2 cores in the newest laptop processors. So I think it will not be that expensive to make, but it will give out of the box a decent experience. Okay, so if you have a specific test I should test, I have Crysis, for example, it would run, I would assume, even with DirectX 11. Just the low frequency, it will make it to struggle as frame rates. Okay, so see you next time, and if you have any other parts, write it down. Bye bye.